Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today with Aaron Tozem Up Toe out of Aotearoa, CKB gym, ready for his next fight en road to UFC in Shanghai. How are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just fucking pulled up after VO2 wrestling. So yeah, just got tossed around by a lorry for about an hour and a half because Eugene wanted to extend our training session today, which was absolutely lovely because I've only done 7 hours of training today.
Bro, you seem to have a bit of energy. Yeah? Your weight cutting and all that must be all right, although you've been eating like a beast.
Oh yeah. Actually, I don't know. I think just being in good spirits and having your mind in the right place definitely helps with the weight cut and um, the suffering of all that kind of stuff. Tends to be a little bit easier on your mind and your soul. So yeah, I feel good. I'm obviously not having any dinner tonight because of carb loaded today to get through all the sessions. So yeah, just on the Diet Cokes, the Coke Zeros, and some little bit of TV and early night, so I don't have to think about food.
Yeah, bro. For no particular reason, I'm actually on water, bro. I'm nearly 40, probably 40 hours into a little fast, bro. So I kind of feel you a little bit. Yeah.
Oh no way! Yeah. I fast, but not voluntarily,
It's a
brother.
different thing. It's a different thing. Yeah, I'm just doing it for not for fighting, but for fun. Yeah, just to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
how it works. Had a bad weekend, bro. I just want to clean it all out. It's all good.
yeah. Oh, I know that. I know that.
Bro, so heading back to Shanghai, man, you had a good experience before. Now you're going up again the semi-final against Yin Shuai, a Chinese lad with looking like he's got some pretty slick skills and some good experience.
Yeah. He's actually quite experienced. I think he's had over 20 fights. Be 20 and 2 as his professional record. The guy likes to throw down and definitely going to be a one to watch because obviously two explosive guys in there and yeah, we're both hunting for something that we've wanted our entire lives. So it's going to be an enjoyable fight, definitely. And obviously, this time around, I won't be as much of a favorite, considering he's a local and it's his country. But yeah, the people of Shanghai seem to like me, so can't wait to get back there.
Yeah, bro. As we mentioned before, the Chinese people are pretty inquisitive, and you get a dude like you cruising in with Tomoko. They've never seen that sort of facial tattooing before. They haven't even seen white guys or any other people much there. It's all like Chinese mostly. So they're a bit shocked by it, but they're inquisitive. They're a nice sort of bunch, man. They just seem to be pretty nice about it.
Yeah. They were actually amazingly hospitable. The people of Shanghai. Eugene was telling me that when they went to China years and years ago, people in the street would like freeze because they'd never seen dark people. So they were like out in the wops in China somewhere, and yeah, him and Israel being together. Obviously, Eugene's dark features and dreadlocks, and then Israel being like a 6'6" black guy. Used to just stun the locals. So I was kind of used to it. I kind of assumed that was going to happen with my tamako, but even when I got to the airport, at first they were a little bit like suspicious of me. I seen the security kind of like following me around. And then once the guy come up to me and see my passport, and he goes, "Oh, you're from New Zealand?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you fighter?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, Israel Adesanya." I was like, "Yeah, it's my teammate." And then all of a sudden, got rushed to the front of the queue, got put through customs quite quickly, and they didn't even search my bag. So happy days.
That's awesome, bro. I bet you that's not the first time you've been followed around by security, brother.
I'll tell you what, I get followed more in my own country than I do anywhere else. I think when I was in the States, like it was probably only one person that was following me, but it's because he thought I was Mexican. So one of these guys, I think it was like something like Costco or whatever they have over there, like some big supermarket that has absolutely everything. And the guy was following me around, and I was like wondering, like, oh, he must think I'm going to steal something. But the guy just started speaking to me in Spanish, and I was like, oh, brother, I don't speak. I was Spanish or Mexican, the same. That's might be a little bit racist, but I don't speak those languages. But yeah, I was like, oh, hey, brother, I'm not Mexican. I'm actually Maori. I'm from New Zealand. And he was just tripping out. Yeah. Other than that, yeah. Other than the few bad times in New Zealand that I've had, seem to be looked after everywhere else in the world. I got accused of stealing my own car in New Zealand once, so that was quite interesting.
Bro, a question. When you stole your own car, did you find your way wherever you were trying to go or you lost? Just a little hint, anyone. Don't get directions from Aaron Toes them up toe.
Hey, I wasn't driving that day. I wasn't driving that day. I've never been to Shanghai, and then Toby wants to follow me around. I was actually confused, to be honest. And that was when after we missed like three Ubers because I was sending it to the wrong place.
Yeah, standing around in the rain. Bro, I'm looking forward to going back there again. Anything particular you want to try and do while you're there this time, bro? I mean, they got a UFC there this time. It's a different sort of style. You're in a big stadium. Should be exciting, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have one guy that was talking about taking us out to Disneyland and Beijing and stuff, and I'm just keen to actually have a look around this time. Obviously, last time I just wanted to like zone in on what was happening and make sure I got the job done. But now that I know kind of the layout and how things work and how well the UFC PI in Shanghai works, like the team there is amazing. All the rehabilitation staff, all the nutrition staff, like even the coordinators and stuff, like Grayson and all of them, Freddie, they were actually amazing. So they took a lot of stress out of fight week that I usually have, and a lot of things that you usually manage yourself. They've completely taken control of it. So it was so good to have that kind of system set up for us, and that kind of made me more comfortable now to when I arrived there to actually venture a little bit further off the path than I did last time.
Yeah, bro. Just thinking about it, man. Before the last fight was in the Performance Institute, a smaller sort of venue, a bit like a studio event. This one's going to be an indoor stadium. People can buy tickets. I imagine there'd be probably 20 times more people there watching than last time. And everyone's going to be there that's going to watch the UFC the next night. So it should be a pretty big event, man. Is that good for you, or you prefer the studio one?
Yeah, well, actually, the UFC PI was a lot bigger than I thought. Like the stadium set up, I think they probably would have had what you reckon?
I reckon 200.
You reckon 200? I would have said a bit more than that. I would
I
have
might
said
have been
probably like
more, maybe.
because of the other floors and stuff. But
Yeah, true. Maybe.
they were saying that the bottom, so they're only going to open the bottom for the stadium for our event, and then obviously top and bottom for the UFC event. And they were saying that like it can hold up to 16,000 people. So
Hmm.
it's going to be interesting how many do show up. Obviously, the Chinese are definitely quite interested in MMA at the moment, and they have a lot of people, a lot of locals fighting on the show, both at the Road to UFC and the UFC itself the next day. So yeah, I actually prefer having a big crowd, whether it be a home or away, just because I like the energy. I like the atmosphere. I like the way that it builds. I like the pressure. I like I like the boos and the cheers, bro. And I like the way that I don't know, just the walkout and the way that you can feel the tension in the air, the atmosphere. It's something that I've learned to harness and the energy I can direct quite well. So I'm really excited to be in a big stadium like that for the first time in my career, and I actually just can't wait to perform in front of a massive crowd and prove that I shouldn't even be in this tournament. To prove that I'm meant to be in the UFC and pretty much be uh, a UFC fighter already and a contracted fighter and have an actual job instead of a job application, which this is pretty much is.
Yeah, bro. No, it's exciting. I
I've,
like
I've almost got a job, Toby. I've almost got a job.
almost, bro. Almost there. Almost a full-time job. Yeah. Um,
Almost.
I look forward to it, bro. I want you and Dom and Seb and Lawrence obviously to kick on. And if we can get four in there, that would be fucking sick, bro. Have four from the region in the finals in like probably in Macau again. It'd be awesome. So I'm looking forward to you kicking us in the next fight, all you guys to try and get through to the next round. And that'd be sick to see everyone in it. It is UFC, bro. You've made it to UFC at that point where you get a contract's the next story, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, so we got Seb, Dom, Lawrence, and myself. Are they having any extra fights in between like they did for the first one?
I haven't heard, bro. I haven't heard any extra fights, but I imagine they probably would have a couple extra ones, right, like they did last time. So I heard was it you or someone else saying there was someone slated from CKB or somewhere that might get a shot in there?
Nah, definitely wasn't
Someone,
me.
someone mentioned to me, I can't think who it was, but there was a chance of someone getting a shot in. I can't remember who it was I was talking to one day. Yeah, so I think they might have a couple of fights. Yeah,
So Seb's what is he? What weight class is he?
I'll have to have a look. I got it on my phone somewhere.
Him and Dom aren't the same weight class, are
No,
they?
no, everyone's in a different weight class, which is kind of a
Oh,
good thing. The only
bro,
one
that's
that was
gonna
in the
be
same,
sick.
Dom was
Imagine that. Imagine. imagine a final in Macau with me at flyweight, Lawrence at bantamweight. Obviously, Dom's lightweight, so Seb must be feather, but no, he looks too big for that.
Seb is featherweight, and
He is. Is
yeah,
is Dom is
Dom's
Dom bigger
lightweight.
than Seb?
Dom's lightweight, yeah. And
Oh shit.
Dom was the only one that was on there with another Aussie, Jack Becker, but Becker got knocked out in the first round. So yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
intense.
which was and so cool segue. Dom, the dude that Dom fought, that African Japanese guy,
Hmm.
that's who Karen's fighting in September in Japan.
Yeah,
So that's gonna be sick. Yeah, yeah, I'm
that's
flying over to
awesome.
Japan
That's
with
awesome, and
Keza
that's a good game plan in a way, or not a game
to
plan.
get
It's a
him
good
on to get
material
him on
for
the
him to have a
next.
look. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, obviously, Dom's fight with him was quite extensive. They went through a lot of exchanges, and yeah, there's a lot to read off that. So that was good for Keza to have that information too,
that's
and knowing
awesome.
like the level that his opponent's on, because I think going into that Dom was the underdog, wasn't he?
Dom was a massive underdog. I didn't actually know. I didn't know how to bet on those fights, but there was like more than 5-1 for Dom, and that's a good bet because that guy was good, but Dom's good too.
That guy cut a lot of weight, so I was in the sauna with that guy, and yeah, he was suffering. He was definitely suffering. And one of those American guys as well, they weren't having a good time. And then I'm in there dancing in the sauna. I'm like, boys, this is the dream. I'm living the dream, boys. And they're just so upset, just hating their life. I'm like, hey, go get a real job if you can't handle fucking sitting in the sauna for 4 hours, my boys.
Yeah, true. I don't know if you're too familiar with Dom, but he was stoked. Or his whole focus was to take that W away from that guy because the guy's never had a loss. So he was an
Yeah,
undefeated fighter, massive
yeah.
favorite, and Dom was just dogged into it. He just wanted to smash this guy and take away his thought that he can only win. It was pretty cool.
It's buzzy as because the Dom's aura, like his in Maori we call it ahua. His ahua is real gentle, eh? He's such a like. I mean, you spoke about this when we were in Shanghai. It's like he's actually like you wouldn't ever know that he's a fighter. Like just the way that he carries himself, how nice he is, how kind he is. He's almost like a real happy little kid. The ones that they're just enjoying life.
For
That's
me,
how when I'm.
what he strikes me as is like a little hyper kid, bro. And I think that he would have had trouble finding something that can take all his energy in life, and he's got that much energy at sport like MMA is perfect for him. He's lucky he found it because he can channel all that fucking crazy energy he's got into something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it doesn't seem like it's not. How some. Oh, talking about myself, mostly. Like some of us, our energy's kind of hard and harsh, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
comes from a little bit of a dark place. Where his is more like excitement.
Yeah,
It's
true.
actually really cool. But when you see him get going, and you're just like, whoa, this kid's got it, man.
Yeah. And I think he's building his intent, like his intent to do
Yeah,
damage in there. That's building in time. I've interviewed him for a couple of years and you can see him focusing more on damage
slowly.
and stuff like that, which he didn't before. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was really technical, and then now he's starting to like be like, okay, now I want to hurt somebody.
Yeah. Bro, so big thing going over to fight, representing the Maori culture again in an international fight, bro. What would it mean to you and your people back home if you get this win and if you get a UFC contract?
Well, it's just the start of a legacy, bro. Start of something that people from the bush, people from home, they can follow. There's not a lot of good role models that have come by way of obviously violent sports out of New Zealand, other than the K1 boys. So this is just another avenue for our people to find success, to find themselves, and obviously we have our own God, we have our own realm of being a warrior. It's called Tumatoinga. Te ao Tumatoinga is our god of war, and we have this understanding that part of your energy needs somewhere to exist. So yeah, without this, like Dom, without this, I wouldn't have anywhere to put that part of myself. And so being able to share that with my people and show them that good can come of the things that may have done you bad in life is yeah, it's massive. It's a privilege really to be in this position and to have this opportunity to push my culture forward into the world and show people what we're really about and remind the world that they say my people once were warriors, but nah, baby, we still here.
Exactly. And bro, you're kind of one of the fighters that kind of walks his own path, man. You're not doing everything traditionally exactly the way it's supposed to be done. You're, like I mentioned before, you're a bit of a loose cunt, along with lads like Dan Hooker and whatever, which is why you guys probably found each other. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, you kind of walk your own path a bit, right?
yeah. I tend to just follow what my spirit tells me. The way that my wairua, my spirit directs me, I just listen to it. And obviously, being Maori, we have our own concepts, our own ideas, the own way that we perceive the world and how it interacts with us. So I just like to use what has been given to me from my ancestors, from my tupuna, and use that to direct the things that to a place where people want me to go. So yeah, it's not always taken the right way, but it's definitely just what I do, and I'm happy to do it my way. And if it ever comes back to me, at least I did it the way that I wanted to do it, and the way that would make my people proud. So yeah.
Awesome, bro. And your prediction for the fight, do you have one, bro? Or it's just go out, do maximum damage and get out of there early?
Yeah, I don't do predictions. I do promises, brother. And I promise that August 22nd, when I lay my hands on that guy, he's gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go home to my family, to my friends, and celebrate and get ready for the final in Macau in November. So yeah, that's all it is. I want to prove that I'm not meant to be in this competition. I want to prove that this was they and the wise words of Dan Hooker, you're getting these boys hurt. Give me someone on my level.
You're getting these boys hurt. I love that, bro. That was the best. That was the best. Now it's your
That
turn.
was a good one. You're
Yeah.
getting these boys hurt. Give me someone on my level. Yeah, that's all I want to do. I want to prove to them that these boys aren't on my level. Like within the first minute, within the first round, I'm gonna put this guy to sleep and I'm just gonna tell them like, give me someone on my level, boys, because this didn't have to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, bro, I'll be waiting outside the cage with a beer for you, brother. And we can call Dan at 4 a.m. or something, brother.
Sounds like a plan. I actually forgot about that. Holy shit. Yeah. Sounds like a plan, brother. So
Yeah.
apparently we've got a little bit of a shindig prepared for after this one. So
All right.
yeah, just pack some spare undies and hopefully we don't get lost this time.
Cool. Perfect, bro. Thanks for your time, bro. Cheers.
Anytime, brother. Mad love.